Hey there guys, Danny here. Welcome to my ramblings. So my birthday went great since my mom passed in June of 2021. My birthdays weren't all that great. They were actually probably one of the hardest days to deal with her being gone. This one was magnificent. I had a little bit of sadness, but once I got out and I started doing my delivery, customers that said leave it at the door and all the restaurants, I had so much laughter that day. It just seemed like everybody was laughing and having a good time. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I ended up coming home early. It was in some pain. The shoulder, the neck have been a big pain lately. The lower back's not been as bad. So hopefully things get better. Finding a car is not all that easy, but we're still looking. I just can't fathom spending $8,000 on a 16-year-old car. I don't care how many miles it has on it. It's 16 years old. Really? That's a lot of money for a 16-year-old car. I mean, I get prices have gone up and whatever else, but seriously, it's 4 years away from being 20. A classic. And it's not even a classic. It's not even a car that somebody would want to buy that's a classic. So, I don't know. Anyways, we're still car shopping. I'll find something. God's got me. Anyways, today I just wanted to come on here and talk to you. I'm ready for the heat to end. I'm ready for summer to be over. But I came on here today because I wanted to talk to you about that whole saying that blood is thicker than water. I had my accident on May 5th. During this time, this whole time of healing and struggling, the only people that have checked on me, have helped me out, and have done a damn thing for me throughout this chaotic nightmare, which I'm still actively in the middle of, has been, and I'm not including my children, but has been everybody that's not blood related. Not one of my family members on my mother's side, not one of them. Actually, none of my family members contacted me. Nobody, I can't really count Dad's side because not all of them have my phone number. It's a huge freaking family. A lot of them that I do chat with, there's a few of them that contacted me through Facebook to check on me and make sure I was okay. But on my mother's side, not one of my family members, my blood family members, has contacted me during all of this. Not one of them. Not one of them have called me or texted me to see how I am doing. No care, no concern whatsoever. So when they say blood is thicker than water, I don't see it. Now my kids have been here. And the funniest part, the friend that I always talk to you about, that Ed that lets me stay in his backyard and borrow his truck and has helped pay some of my bills and helped keep me afloat, that's actually the father of my children. That's my ex-husband. And the ladies that I talk about all the time on here, Judy and Robin, are actually neighbors. So not one of my family members on my mother's side has contacted me during this whole time to make sure that I was okay. Nobody's checked on me. Not once. Not once, not at all. Not at all. No care, no concern for how I'm doing or anything. And I don't care how many miles away somebody is. I've got a friend living in California. I got family in Illinois and Wisconsin on my dad's side that have checked on me to make sure that I was okay. Not one person in my mother's family that is blood has contacted me to see if I'm okay, see if I needed anything. Not one of them. Not one single one. Which doesn't shock me, because I did have the video that I put out the other day about my mother, and the truth is her family's never been very supportive. So it doesn't shock me. But I wanted to talk to you about that whole blood is thicker than water thing. You may have a great family that your blood should be thicker than water. But there's a large majority of us out here. I don't consider the family that is blood related, they're not as important to me as my friends that I've made over the years, that have my back better than any bloodline that I have. I'm used to falling on my face and picking myself up. There's really not been a time in my life where I haven't had to do it by myself. I left my mother's house when I was 18, and I never went back. No, although I really couldn't, because majority of the time she lived in government housing, so it really wasn't an option to go back. I wouldn't have even if I could, because that would have just been a nightmare. Excuse me, I took a nap. And I know that we're supposed to be close and things like that, but your family can be the people that are in your life that are there for you. And those are the ones that that deserve your loyalty. Not the ones who could care less if there's an emergency in your way. I have a very dear friend of mine whose father passed away not too long ago. And he left her in charge of the will. And she was to separate it out to whoever she felt deserved it. This was done well before he became ill, and she moved in with him and took care of him for 4+ years. And we were having a conversation because in California you have to put the will into the court system and the probate system and go through the whole process. You do in most states. There's a value limit in a lot of states. When my mom passed, you do in Wisconsin, but there was no will and there was no money, there was no nothing. I mean, she lived in government housing. She didn't have, her car wasn't paid for, she had no life insurance, she had nothing. So all it really was cleaning out her place and moving along. There wasn't anything. There wasn't anything at all. And I ended up taking on debt from taking care of her. I'm still paying that. I'm still paying that off to this day. Barely scraping by since this whole crap has happened. But anyways, I digress. My friend and I were having a conversation about when somebody passes in a family, everybody comes out of the woodwork to be supportive and whatever else. But there's a lot of greed that goes along with it. Everybody wants to know who gets what and you know what was left for them. I don't quite understand that. When my mother was sick, everybody, my brother, relatives, everybody, well, is there money? No, there's no damn money. She lives in government housing. My friend Jen, there's really not much there. The house that her dad had is pretty run down. It's really not worth anything. She's gonna have to stick whatever money he left into it so she can actually sell it and make some money off of it so she can come back to Arizona. But there's a lot of work that has to go into this. And everybody doesn't care. They just care. Somebody's dying or somebody died. Why are you concerned with what you're gonna get? You're sitting there supporting these people and being, oh, I'm here for you. I understand your pain. But yet you're concerned with what you're getting. That automatically says you don't care about anybody but your damn self. Because I'll tell you right now, even if my mother had left millions of fucking dollars for me, I would have rather had her than the money. Yes, we had a tumultuous relationship, but that's still my mother. I just don't comprehend how we've become such a greedy society. Blood is thicker than water. No, it's not. All it means is that the family's going to come out and think that they're owed something from being related to this person. That's ridiculous. And it appalls me. So my friend is going through the court system, and today was her hearing. And everything should have went fine as long as nobody objected, but she had a brother who objected to it. We're waiting to find out what he's objecting to because there's nothing to object to. I mean, what's he going to do? Claim that it's not fair? I mean, the judge isn't going to care about that. He's going to follow through with the dying man's wishes, with the dead man's wishes, so. I mean, it's just ignorant. Somebody's passed. Can't we let people mourn without being so concerned with money and what's in it for ourselves? I don't comprehend it. And I was paging through YouTube, and one thing on there said blood is thicker than water, and all I got to thinking was, it's not. It's not. It's not at all. Because people are mainly concerned with what they're getting. Who the hell cares? You're losing a human life. I don't get this greediness. I just don't comprehend it. If you can't survive on your own without people leaving you things, then you haven't done yourself justice. You haven't taken care of yourself. Because there's more to taking care of yourself than financial and material possessions. Are you a good person? Do you have integrity? Do people want to be around you? How do people leave you? How do they feel when they leave you? Is there a smile on their face? Are they glad that they had an interaction with you? Do they want, do they thoroughly enjoy your company? That's what makes you wealthy and rich. Is the way that you impact other people. It really is how you are wealthy and rich. So, blood isn't always thicker than water. My friend is dealing with some of that right now, and she's in my prayers. And she knows I'm a phone call away, and she can call me anytime she needs to about it. Day or night, working or not, I will take her calls immediately because she needs somebody. I'm sure she's got other friends too, but the more you have, the more you feel heard. The more you feel like you're not losing your mind and alone. And those two things that I just said are what families should be doing. And if they're not, then blood is not thicker than water. It just isn't. If everything is about the individual and they could care less about you in your time of need, blood doesn't matter. Not at all. So, with that said, I hope you have a great day. I'm going to be heading out to do a couple of hours of work here. I got bills, which aren't going very well, but it is what it is. Anyways, I'm still going to look for cars. I hope you have a great day. If you need anything, feel free to reach out. If you're going through some things like I just talked about or whatever, please feel free to reach out. I will gladly chat with you and help you feel like you're heard and like you matter and like you're not alone. So I hope you have a great day. I'll see you in a couple of days. Love ya.